There are two kinds of students. This is student A. He studies only 30 minutes a day, sleeps 8 hours, and loves studying for some weird reason. And then there's student B. He studies over 4 hours a day, barely sleeps because he's scrolling reels all the time. And when someone mentions the word studying, he gets really scared. Now, when exam season rolls around, student A gets the higher mark, despite studying less time than student B. But you're thinking, how can someone studying less actually get higher scores? And that's because student A is addicted to studying. They spend time focused and energized because they actually enjoy it. I'm Daniel, an engineering student with a perfect GPA, and today I'll be sharing the tips I used to get addicted to studying, the tips that allowed me to get really high scores, up in the 90s, even while overloading subjects and still having a lot of free time. We'll start it off with something controversial. You need to disconnect yourself from what other people say about studying. A lot of what you'll hear from your friends or maybe on social media is that you have to grind through hard hours, feel the pain of studying. But if you have that association that studying should be suffering, then you're never going to make your time impactful. Because let's look at it. The students who are successful aren't the ones studying 12 hours a day grinding. They're the ones studying maybe only 1 hour a day tops. But in that 1 hour, because they're energized and empowered, they're actually making it count. They're actually learning, they're actually building skills that they can use in their exams to get the top scores. So that's where we'll start it off. Now let's move on to the next part where I actually show you how to start building that positive association where you feel a bit of addiction. And that starts off with categorizing your topics, something so simple. Before you open any textbook and attempt to study, you need to open your syllabus and start categorizing the topics. You need to ask yourself two main questions. Number one, am I strong or weak at this topic? And number two, how frequently does this topic get assessed? Depending on how big your syllabus is, this task may take you 1 to 2 hours. But if you can answer these two questions, it will allow you to do something that I find incredibly addicting. And that is, it will allow you to predict your exam. Predict your exam, that's crazy. How are you going to do that by just making some notes on what you're good at and what will occur frequently? What I find is that most exams typically assess what they assess frequently and also topics that students are weak at. The reason they test topics that students are weak at is to, I guess, weed out the people who can't do it and find the people who can and reward them with high marks. And that's what you want. So if you can answer those two questions going through your syllabus, you'll actually be able to come up with an idea of what will probably be on your exam. And I find that so satisfying. I am addicted to that, to predicting what will be on the exam. Categorizing your topics in this way also gives you a plan of attack. You should only really start studying with those topics, and if you have time, get to the ones that you're good at and that are not often assessed. This plan of attack is vital. No confusion, no doubt on what you should actually be studying. Now, technique 2 is active recall, the true dopamine hit. I don't know about you, but reading textbooks or just reading notes is very boring. I'll actually genuinely go to sleep. So what you need to start doing is active recall, the true dopamine hit. Active recall is basically testing yourself, learning through questioning yourself, whether that's past papers, practice questions, or even flashcards. So why does this work? Your brain learns faster when it's actually trying to retrieve information. And here's the addicting part. When you're actually doing a practice question as part of your active recall and you suddenly remember something, you'll be like, no way, I actually remember this, even if it's something small. And that's the satisfaction that builds addiction. Now, for instance, with me and my engineering subjects, they're content heavy and maths heavy. But I don't watch lectures. I won't even look at the lecture slides. I jump straight into practice problems. Now, obviously, when I first do the practice problems, I don't understand how to do anything. They just look weird. But I give it a go, and when I hit a hiccup, that's when I actually consult the notes, consult the theory. And then I come back, I solve the problem, and boom, that's the satisfaction. I'm satisfied because I finally solved the problem that initially I couldn't solve. And you just simply don't get that if you were to just look at the lecture slides, because that's static, it's not active. You're not actually trying to retrieve something from your brain. I know that practice problems can become boring and maybe a bit repetitive, so I like to change it up sometimes and use these gamified platforms like Gizmo. Gizmo is a platform I use a lot. It's a flashcard app and it's perfect for memorizing things. It gives you these boxes where you can fill in the blanks, and it's super satisfying. This animation comes up and you're actually memorizing things. It's super good. I used to do it on the bus on my phone, so you can even get a bit of dopamine on the way into school, which is fantastic. So give that one a go. Now on to technique 3, dopamine stacking. We've got active recall, we've got a more positive mindset. Now what? We want to actually build deeper association. And how do we do that? Dopamine stacking. You need to try and pair these practice problems with things you already like, things that already bring you enjoyment. So for a lot of people, I know they love listening to music. So when you study, put on your favorite song, put on a bit of Taylor Swift. Don't be shy to introduce things that you love to studying. By doing that, you'll build an association, and a strong one if you do it more and more over time. And a positive association means you'll enjoy studying and get more out of it. Another way to do this is go and study somewhere you love. Like maybe you don't really enjoy studying at home because it's crammed. So go to a cafe you like, go to a library. By going somewhere you like, you're building a physical association, which is sometimes even better than just putting on music. You can also chew your favorite chewing gum, that's perfectly good as well. Now, once you've eliminated the friction of studying by dopamine stacking and you actually sit down, you want to stop doing something called context switching. Context switching is basically when, let's say you're studying maths. When you're studying maths, you're employing a very algorithmic way of thinking. Now, let's say you study history straight after. You need to move away from that algorithmic way of thinking to a more lexical approach, let's say. That's context switching, and I find that can be very disruptive to your study flow, thus making it less addictive. So when you plan your study sessions, which is something I advise, you need to try and group subjects together based on what context they require. So let's say Mondays, you'll study only algorithmic kind of subjects or maths heavy subjects. So you'll put your chemistry, your physics, your maths on Monday. And then on Tuesday, you'll leave it for your essay-based subjects. That day you'll do history, you'll do economics, you'll do English. That way you're reducing disruptions to your study flow, which can hinder making it satisfying. Now let's talk about the 5th technique, which is Parkinson's law. Honestly, my favorite one. At the start, I said that student A was studying 30 minutes, but how can you fit so much work into only 30 minutes? That's with Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time it's allocated. If you only give all your work 30 minutes to be done, you have to get it done in 30 minutes. And that's something really, really powerful. It's something I use not only for studying, but even for assignments. I actually leave assignments till the night before. Because if you leave them till the night before, it only takes the night before. Whereas if you start a week early, it could take all week. By giving yourself a fixed amount of time to do something, you're eliminating procrastination because you simply don't have the time for it, and you're actually getting what you need to get done complete. Ultimately, what does this actually mean for you? It means in your study schedules, allocate a lot less time than you actually think you need. If you have a 1 hour past paper, honestly, just give yourself half an hour to do it. Giving yourself half an hour will not only eliminate the procrastination, it'll also probably help you get faster at it, which is even better. So that's it. It really is that simple to get addicted to studying. If you follow these techniques in the video, studying will stop feeling like something that you have to suffer through. You'll actually start to enjoy it. You'll actually feel empowered by it, energized by it, and that's what will help you achieve those high scores. So please share this with a friend who probably needs it, and let's get addicted to studying together. See you in the next one. Bye.